You have tuned into the BearDown Corner with your host, Sergeant Julio. Hey everybody, this is the BearDown Corner and I'm Sergeant Julio, and we got everything you need for the completion of Week 4. All the news, updates, and everything you need to know going into Week 5. Let's get you caught up. Thursday Night Football presented the Seattle Seahawks going into Arizona, where they completed a 23-20 win. That was a hard-fought game. I watched that game. Sam Darnold, he took control along with the team just controlling the ground. They had over 150 rush yards between the two running backs. Charbonneau ran in for a touchdown. Sam Darnold passed for a touchdown. He was 18 of 26 for 242 yards. Just a hard-fought, scraped-out victory by the Seahawks. So congratulations, Seattle, on the victory this weekend. Minnesota was facing Pittsburgh in an international game this week over in Dublin, Ireland, where Minnesota came up short. 21-24 was the final, and Kenneth Gainwell had himself a nice little game, 99 yards on the ground and 2 touchdowns, running in place for hurt running back Jaylen Warren this week. He was leading up to a game time decision. So they pulled the plug on him and let the backup just do his thing. Aaron Rodgers went 18 of 22 for 200 yards and 1 pass touchdown. DK Metcalf looked really good on his, I believe it was like a 67-yard run and catch. So just an overall good effort by the Pittsburgh Steelers, who now proceed to be 3-1. And I'm pretty sure they are tied with, or actually leading, now that I think of it, the division. Yeah, because Baltimore, you'll find out later on, they took a little bit of a tumble. Cleveland, well, that's Cleveland, and the Bengals. So yeah, Pittsburgh's looking good, ladies and gentlemen. Steelers Nation, New Orleans traveled to Buffalo, where the Bills took care of business 31-19. Nothing new here. Josh Allen, he had 2 pass touchdowns, ran 1 in. James Cook, 117 yards, couple receptions, 1 rushing touchdown. The Bills are 4-0, and they look good. They look like they're controlling the AFC right now. The road is going to lead through Buffalo at the current pace of everything else happening. So I see them playing in the game, and they're winning games in ways that they shouldn't at times, but they're just doing it. It's because they're at that point. And they could very well have a run for the Super Bowl this year if they continue this pace. Tennessee went into Houston, where they got shut out 26-0. The Texans came up with their first one of the season. CJ Stroud looked pretty damn good with 22 of 28 for 233 and 2 passing touchdown. One of those went over to Nico Collins there, and they just had a nice little day they had down in Houston. So congratulations, Texans fans. Cleveland goes into Detroit, where they end up getting demolished 34-10. The game was pretty damn close up till a certain point, but they still battled like a son of a bitch in that game. Jamari Gibbs, highlight of the game, 91 yards, 1 touchdown. Just a controlling game by Detroit. Detroit looks like the team that we remember last year, just obviously new coordinators, but obviously that doesn't matter for that team. So they are now 3-1, and they beat Baltimore last week. Let's not forget that, in a very decisive manner. They are now controlling the NFC North, because you have other teams just coming up short, which we'll talk about later on the Sunday nighter. But to follow up, Washington continued, right? Our Sunday went into Atlanta, where they lost by a touchdown, 34-27, in a game that it was like the coming out party for the Falcons. Like, where were you the last couple weeks? Bijan Robinson, this man is just ridiculous. 4 receptions for 106 yards receiving, as a running back. Not to mention his 75 rush yards on the ground with a rushing touchdown. His backup running back, Tyler Algier, also had a rushing touchdown in this game. And Drake London decided to go off for 8 receptions, 110 yards, and a touchdown. Michael Penix Jr., like we talk about him one week, looking like he's a bum coming off the street playing for this team at quarterback. And then this week, he comes in and he completes 20 of 26 for 313 yards and 2 passing touchdowns. One of those was an interception, but hey, you can't be perfect, and he's looking good for Falcons fans. I think it's going to be an up and down season for this team. Philadelphia goes into Tampa Bay, where they walk away with the win 31-25. Dallas Goedert caught 2 touchdowns, and just a lot of these games this season have been scratch them, fight them, beat them out, and just all out chaos. It has been some really good football as of late. Panthers go into New England, where they get decimated 42-13. Drake May had himself a day, 14 of 17 for 203, 2 passing touchdowns, and 1 rushing touchdown. The kid looked good. Stephon Diggs looked like the wide receiver they signed him to for that 3-year, $33 million average. Like, they're slowly putting it together there in New England. Los Angeles Chargers and New York Giants. Okay, so I caught majority of this game. The Giants defense, you made me look silly, but I'll believe now. I'll believe. You guys have been putting together some pretty damn good defensive battles lately. Outside of that Dallas game, which Dallas just has a high-powered offense. They just do. But the Giants defense held Kansas City pretty damn good last week, and they came through today. On Sunday, where they came away with a 21-18 home win. And they beat the undefeated Chargers, and they went to 1-3, and the Chargers went to 3-1. But they held in check Justin Herbert, picked him off a couple times, and made him show as he wasn't an MVP caliber. This is the look, I'm not going to take away. I think the Chargers are a top-tier team this year, and they're going to be a force to be reckoned with. I don't think Kansas City is necessarily going to be the cream of the crop, but you know what? They've been for the last decade, so until they completely lose out, they look good this week. Patrick Mahomes went completely off in his game. Where the hell were we now? We got the next game up after that, but the Los Angeles Chargers did not look like they did the last 3 weeks. And New York proved that with how they shut him down. Pressured at the right times, beautiful blitz calling by the defensive coordinator, and Jackson Dart and Cam Scatterbo get their first win of the season. So congratulations, New York. Jacksonville goes into San Francisco, where Travis Etienne has a day at 124 yards, 1 rushing touchdown. Jacksonville wins 26-21. Indy finally falls to the Los Angeles Rams, who won 27-20. Puka Nacua having himself a hell of a day with 13 catches, 170 yards, and 1 touchdown. Matthew Stafford looking good with 375 yards and 3 touchdowns, one of those to Nacua in that game. This is just lighting up. In the other afternoon game, you had Baltimore going into Kansas City, where Kansas City walloped all over Baltimore, 37-20. Patrick Mahomes, 25-37 of 270 and 4 touchdowns. I don't think Baltimore's defense is as good as they thought it was going to be. They also sustained quite a few injuries on defense, starters, yes, in this game. And their quarterback, Lamar Jackson, went down with a hamstring. So this was not a good game for Baltimore in their quest to make playoffs and compete for a Super Bowl. This is not the good way you want this to happen. But you know what? Things happen. It is what it is. Moving into the Sunday night game, Green Bay went to Dallas. Since the Micah Parsons trade took place at the beginning of the season, Parsons was visiting Dallas, and it was a light show. Both quarterbacks went for 300 plus yards, 3 plus touchdowns, and the damn game ended in a tie, 40-40. I don't even know what to make of that game other than it was fun football to watch, but to end in a tie? Damn, man. Like, that just yanks at you. But hey, it's better than a loss, right? It's like if you gave a point system, right? Every win would be 2, every loss obviously none, every tie is 1, right? At least they got a point, if you think of it that way. Monday, and also from the Sunday games, let's not forget our Bears in what was a very tight thriller in Las Vegas, where Ashante Gianti came out just plowing away with over 130 plus yards rushing. The guy caught 2 receiving touchdowns and ran 1 in, but it was not enough because the Bears fought back, and on the last play of the possession holding for the Raiders, they went for a field goal and we blocked it. And my God, was it... You could hear in that stadium, our away fans that were there, you could hear the crowd erupt, and it was such a good feeling. Such a good feeling, man. Like, you know what? If we got to win them tight like that, I don't give a shit anymore. I don't need teams to be blown out. I just want the Bears to win. Just a little bit. And that's what they did. And they fought back. Because they went down in this game and they fought back. So that is great to see. Moving along, Monday Night Football, ladies and gentlemen. The New York Jets fall to 0-4 to the Miami Dolphins as they lose 27-21, where Devonta Chain had 99 yards rushing with 1 touchdown, and Darren Waller had 2 touchdowns, and his first touchdown since 2023, the tight end that came out of retirement after the trade from the Giants. Well, no surprise here. Denver hosted the Cincinnati Bengals to beat them 28-3. Bo Nix looked good on 29 of 42, 326 yards, 2 passing touchdowns, 1 rushing, and of course, Cortland Sutton catching 5 of 81 yards and 1 touchdown. Team ran for over 175 yards. The Broncos controlled this game. I don't know where Cincinnati goes from here, but that is your follow-up for the Week 4 matchup slates that took place this current weekend and Monday. But let's get you some news and notes from around the league on this note. So from Sunday's game, Malik Neighbors, hip injury, has been officiated as of Monday. He is out for the season. That is not good when you go to your start rookie quarterback and now you're already out your star second-year wide receiver. So that sucks. I hope the best for you, Malik. And I also hope that if that's the case, then the NFL listens to Odell Beckham Jr., where he is vouching and calling for the removal of the turf that is artificial crap at MetLife Stadium over the last 5 years. Key superstar caliber players throughout the NFL have been injured in that building alone. When is it time to stop being cheap on the artificial turf shit and just put in real grass everywhere? Just saying. I really don't think in today's day and age it would be that hard. Maybe I'm wrong. Either way, it's a cost that obviously they don't want to do, and the players are paying for it now. 49ers quarterback Brock Purdy still dealing with his sore toe, which, you know what, after I heard and seen how the whole turf toe actually is, I would not wish that upon anyone. But he may be questionable for Thursday night's game this week. Moving along, Texans trade Cam Robinson today on Monday to the Browns, who lost their starting right tackle in Sunday's game against Detroit. He is a 29-year-old former second-round pick by the Jacksonville Jaguars, who has over 100 starts to his name credit. 102 to be exact. So that might be a nice solution for the Browns. Needed to make a quick fix. Jaguars, okay, this one I found a little interesting. Jaguars head coach, Cohen, right? Liam Cohen. And defensive coordinator Robert Saleh, former head coach of the New York Giants or Jets, had to be separated after post-game from Sunday's game. Why, you might ask? Well, here, let me tell you. So during the week leading up to their game, Saleh called out Cohen for apparently, and I quote, where were we now? We had advanced signal stealing type system. In what God's name, green earth, do you get off in calling that when all it is the guy making goddamn changes at the line of scrimmage? That's the quarterback and the head coach making those decisions together. What are you so upset with, Saleh? Write better defensive packages then. I heard that and I read this and I just grow the fuck up, man. Just grow up. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't even want to be talking about that now. It just boils my blood. The guy's an idiot if that's what he thinks. It's been going on forever. Changes at the line of scrimmage. Reading and watching video and the tapes of the players from previous games and figuring out what the hell they do and how they do it so you can adjust for that in game day. Like, come on, man, use your goddamn head. And to finish off, you know what, we already talked about this, but Lamar Jackson, yeah, he suffered a bit of injury on his hammy and came out of the game on Sunday, so we wish him a speedy recovery. And to finish off, my condolences to Tyreek Hill, who in Monday night had 6 catches for 60-some plus yards, but that doesn't matter. I'm pretty sure they're going to come out with the report this week or even tomorrow. He should be done for the rest of the year. The man's leg literally looked like it was completely twisted around and he got carted off. You could see the pain he was in. He was frustrated. And they're calling early reports dislocated knee. So I hope a speedy recovery for him. It looked really bad. It could maybe even be career ending. Who knows? We'll find out more, but hopefully updates on that are positive and good. But as for now, that is going to do it for us here at the BearDown Corner. I am Sergeant Holio. It has been my pleasure to speak with and talk to every one of you who are out there supporting our podcast here. And I just want to say thank you from me to you. And you can catch us live every Tuesday at, of course, 6 o'clock General Mountain Time, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard. And we are available to listen anywhere you get your podcasts, YouTube, and you all be good, take care, be safe, and we'll catch you next week here on the BearDown Corner.